I can usually tell 15 seconds whether a salesperson is going to get paid or they're going to get objections. And it's not their script, it's not the way they dress, it's none of that stuff, it's their voice. And what I've found over the last 15 years of doing sales, doing over $20 million in high ticket sales, is if you get this one thing wrong, you could have the best script in the world and you still will not make a single sale. Now, the benefit, by the way, of getting this right isn't just that you'll make more money. If you're a young guy or young girl and you're out in the dating world, sounding more confident works to get better dates. It works to get better promotions. It works to close more deals. There's literally like an endless supply of benefit to sounding confident. And it's not as hard as most people think. Most people think, oh, I've got to lower my voice, or I've got to do something strange. I have to talk a little bit slower, or I have to do this. You don't have to do any of those weird things. The cool thing is you can still be you. You can still be genuine and authentically you. You're just going to stop doing a few things that really derail, especially salespeople. And if you're trying to sell, especially in the high ticket space, your level of confidence is going to directly affect your commissions and how many people are actually buying from you. And so I want to kind of give you guys an understanding of what not sounding confident is. A lot of people think, oh, if you say, it doesn't sound confident. Actually, if you say, it sounds thoughtful. So that's one myth we can just debunk right out of the gate here. Say, I was just thinking. Does that sound like I'm lacking confidence, or does it sound like I'm deeply thinking about what the person is saying? It's just thinking. What if you guys did this thing? So the confidence comes not just from your tonality, but it also comes from the way that you say things. So as an example, very weak salespeople tend to try and get people's approval. They ask questions in the sense where they're like, well, what do you think about that? Like, how does that make you feel? Or if we could do everything that you wanted, would you be willing to get started today? And notice like my voice is softer. I sound kind of like unsure. I sound a little bit like I'm hoping maybe they'll say yes. When you want to convey confidence, number one, open your mouth. I've been teaching my son this. Sometimes my son talks. I'm like, are you even opening your mouth when you speak, man? Lift your head up. Open your mouth more. When you open your mouth, what happens is you accentuate your words better. You emphasize things better. It creates more of an impact with your words. So if I want to really drive impact when I'm saying something to somebody, what I'll do is I'll open my mouth more and I'll accentuate my words more. So if I'm telling a prospect, if I'm saying, hey, look, here's the thing, John, if we come in here and we do this, it's three things, right? Number one, we have to get this thing right. So notice how I'm I'm overemphasizing things. I'm drawing attention to my words. And I'm also not asking approval. If you guys notice, I'm telling them what needs to happen. Let's assume I've already asked a bunch of questions, right? I already know what their problem is. I know that we can solve it, and I know they can afford what it is we have to offer. I'm going to accentuate the fact that I am now coaching them. I am telling them. I'm not asking them if they'd like to do something. I'm telling them, hey, man, if you want to, increase how quickly you can run a mile, we need to put a game plan in place that allows you to gradually increase how far you're running and with what intensity, because we need to expand your lungs. We need to get your lungs functioning better at high intensities. And what that's going to do is it's going to increase your VO2 max. And once your VO2 max is increased, that's, by the way, like how much blood your oxygen carries, how effective your lungs and your heart are working with regards to moving oxygen through your body. Then your average mile time will go down because you're able to run at a higher pace for a longer period of time. So confidence a lot of times is just conveyed by opening your mouth more and accentuating what you're saying more. See how I'm doing that with you guys right now? I'm accentuating how important it is to accentuate. So confidence, number one, is not going to be seeking approval. And number two, it's going to be using the muscles of your face, your throat, and your mouth more effectively. It's going to be accentuating words and slowing down at key points to make sure they hear you. And then the second piece of this is it's going to be having a process you're taking them through that makes them feel like you know what you're doing. A lot of salespeople in the first 30 seconds of the call completely blow this. They're like, oh, hey, John, this is so-and-so at this company. I was reaching out because I saw you wanted to talk to somebody on our team about our coaching offer. What made you reach out? Well, it's obvious, man. They reached out because they have a problem. It's a stupid question. If the first thing you ask somebody on a sales call is a stupid question, what are they expecting for the remainder of the call? A lot more stupid questions. Better is start the call with saying, hey, I saw you reached out to us. You needed some help with this. Tell me a little bit about what you need help with. I'll see if I can help you. Notice how I'm telling them, number one, what to do. So I'm an authority. I'm telling them what to do. Tell me what you need. Number two, I'm assuming they have a need. Otherwise, why did they fill out our form? And number three, I'm asking an open-ended question to get them to talk a lot so I can build trust. I can't be confident if I don't feel like I have their trust. And then from there, I have a very strategic process I'm taking them through. I'm asking them about their goals. I'm asking them about their problems. I'm asking them about, what's their team look like? What's going on in the business? Is it growing? Is it stagnant? Is it going down? What are some things that would help them? What are they trying that isn't working right now? What are some things that are working that maybe they're not working hard enough on? I have a very specific set of questions that I walk every single person through because I want them to understand I am not here to sell them a product. I am here to change their life. And if I do a good job of going through a very systematic process with them, I don't have to tell them how confident I am. I don't have to tell them how competent I am. Because every question I ask feels like it's the most logical next question to ask. It feels like the most logical next step to go to. And so the second piece of building up your confidence is thinking through, hey, when I call people, am I asking stupid questions? Am I asking about the weather? Am I asking about their weekend? Am I asking things that are completely irrelevant to what we're here to do? We are here to do business. Imagine being in the NFL or the NBA, right? And you show up to the game. It's the Super Bowl or it's the championship series, right? And you show up and you're showing up in your street clothes and you're asking the coach, hey, do you feel like, I should start warming up or something? They'd think you were on drugs. But you guys show up to sales calls and you're like, hey, let's just chit chat. Let's just hang out. No, man, this is the Super Bowl. This is the championship series. You can do all that chit chat outside of these times of your day. At this time of the day, you should be turned all the way on. You should be zeroed in. 100% of your focus should be on taking the next step. This is one of the biggest things that will build your confidence over anything else, is just being the kind of person that when that call starts, you are already turned on. You don't need to warm up into the call. You should have done that before the call. What you're doing is you're taking somebody from a place they don't want to be, where they're not getting the results that they want, and showing them how not only can you get them there, you've already done it with 20 other people. And here's their name, and here's their name, and here's their name. And they started here, and they did this, and we did this, and they got that, and they did this, and we did this, and they got that. Over and over and over again, showing your competence and not being scared, finally, to clearly ask them for the sale. Just say it. Just say to them, is there any reason why we can't get started today? And then they might tell you, yeah, actually, we just did payroll this morning. There's $0 in the bank account. Okay, well, then we can't do business today. When do you guys want to get started? On this date? Okay, let me grab a card for you. I'll just post-date the payment till then. In the meantime, I'm going to send you some stuff that you can start working on, and I'm going to get our team prepared. That way, when we start, we hit the ground running. Sound fair? So confidence comes from being prepared, comes from using your face correctly, emphasizing your words, and then just making sure that you're already locked in when the call starts. Don't warm up on the call. Don't warm up at the Super Bowl. You should already be warmed up, man. You should already be ready. You should be so locked in that your intensity feels intimidating to people who are not ready to be at their best. And the great thing about that is it disqualifies people who are not a good fit for your product or service anyways faster. And the people that are ready to really take things to the highest possible level will see that, they'll feel it, and they'll be like, I've been looking for somebody like this with this kind of solution for the last 10 years. I am so excited that I can buy this thing because I can tell these people know what they're doing and they're going to get us results faster than anybody else and probably bigger than anybody else. And if you guys have any questions about building confidence, sounding confident, appearing more confident, just post them down below. I answer everybody's questions when they post in the comments. Give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.